Hey there, friend. If you're watching this, you're probably thinking about how to stay healthy, independent, and out of the hospital as you enjoy your 70s and beyond. Maybe you've noticed little changes, like feeling more tired than usual, you're getting a bit winded climbing stairs, or maybe you've had a friend who ended up in the hospital for something that felt avoidable. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And here's the good news. There are simple, daily habits, what I call daily wins, that can help you stay strong, steady, and out of the doctor's office this year. I want you to picture this. What if you could wake up each morning feeling like you've got the energy to walk the dog, play with the grandkids, or even tackle that gardening project you've been eyeing? What if the aches and pains that used to slow you down became just occasional guests, not permanent roommates? That's what these 9 daily wins are all about. They're not drastic fixes or trendy gimmicks. They're small, science-backed steps you can take every single day to stack the odds in your favor. Now, before we dive in, I'll let you in on a secret. You don't have to do all of these perfectly right away. In fact, I don't recommend it. Pick 1 or 2 that resonate with you, practice them until they feel natural, and then add another. Progress, not perfection, is the name of the game. Sound good? Great. Let's get started. Let's kick things off with something most of us take for granted: hydration. Now, I know what you're thinking. Water? That's it? But hear me out. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at signaling thirst. By the time you feel thirsty, you might already be dehydrated. And dehydration isn't just about feeling parched. It can lead to confusion, dizziness, and even hospital trips for things like urinary tract infections or kidney issues. Here's the fix. Make hydration a non-negotiable part of your day. Keep a reusable water bottle within arm's reach, on the couch, by the bed, in the car. Sip from it like it's your job. If plain water feels boring, try infusing it with slices of lemon, cucumber, or even a splash of 100% fruit juice for flavor. Herbal teas count too. One of my favorite tricks is to drink a cup of warm lemon water first thing in the morning. It wakes up the body, jumpstarts digestion, and sets a positive tone for the day. And don't worry, you don't need to chug gallons. Aim for 4 to 6 small glasses spread throughout the day. If you're on medications or have a health condition, chat with your doctor about what's right for you. But for most folks, staying consistently hydrated is a game changer. All right, let's move on to a topic we don't talk about nearly enough: movement. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, "Oh no, she's going to tell me to run a marathon," stop right there. This isn't about hitting the gym or becoming a fitness influencer. It's about fighting the #1 enemy of aging adults: sitting still. Think about your typical day. Maybe you're reading the newspaper, watching your favorite shows, or chatting with friends. All good things. But here's the catch. Too much sitting, even if you exercise occasionally, can increase your risk of blood clots, heart issues, and balance problems. The solution? Move a little, often. Here's what I want you to try. Set a timer to go off every hour. When it dings, stand up and do something for 2 to 3 minutes. March in place while you wait for the tea to steep. Do a few gentle stretches while you brush your teeth. Walk around the block while you're on the phone. If getting up feels tough, start with seated exercises, like lifting your arms overhead or circling your ankles. Over time, those tiny bursts of movement add up. They keep your circulation strong, your muscles engaged, and your joints happy. One of my viewers, Margaret, shared how she started doing commercial break workouts while watching TV. During every ad break, she'd walk laps around her living room or do chair squats. Within weeks, her balance improved, and she said she felt lighter on her feet. That's the power of small, consistent wins. Now let's talk about something we all crave but often neglect: quality sleep. I've heard so many stories from folks over 75 who struggle to fall asleep, wake up too early, or feel groggy all day. And it's not just about being tired. Poor sleep weakens the immune system, increases inflammation, and even raises the risk of falls and accidents. Here's the thing: sleep isn't a luxury, it's a superpower. And the best part? You can train your body to sleep better with a few simple tweaks. Start by setting a consistent bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends. Your body loves routines. Next, create a sleep sanctuary. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Swap out harsh light bulbs for warm, dim ones in the evening. And if noise is an issue, try a white noise machine or earplugs. What about winding down? Ditch screens an hour before bed. They emit blue light that disrupts melatonin, the sleep hormone. Instead, try reading a book, sipping a cup of chamomile tea, or listening to calming music. One of my favorite tricks is a 5-minute gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you're thankful for each night. It quiets the mind and sends a signal to your body that it's safe to rest. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, don't panic. That's normal as we age. Avoid turning on bright lights or checking your phone. Sit up slowly, take a few deep breaths, and remind yourself you'll drift back off. All right, friend. So far, we've covered 3 daily wins: staying hydrated, moving your body regularly, and prioritizing restful sleep. These might seem simple, but I want you to think about how they connect. When you drink enough water, you're giving your body the fuel it needs to move well and recover during sleep. When you move daily, you'll sleep deeper. And when you sleep soundly, you'll wake up energized to hydrate and move again. It's a beautiful cycle, one that builds momentum over time. Now that we've laid this foundation, let's dig into another daily win that could be a lifesaver. Mindful eating, because what you put on your plate has a bigger impact on your health than you might realize. All right, friend, let's dive into something we all enjoy: food. But here's the twist. How you eat matters just as much as what you eat. That's where our 4th daily win comes in: mindful eating. Now, I'm not talking about counting calories or strict diets. I'm talking about tuning into your body's signals and savoring every bite. Here's the problem. As we age, our metabolism slows down and our appetite can become unpredictable. Some days we might eat too quickly and overeat. Other days we might skip meals because we're not hungry, or because it's easier to grab a sandwich than cook for one. Both extremes can lead to energy crashes, digestive issues, or even malnutrition over time. So how do we fix this? Start by slowing down. Before you eat, take 3 deep breaths. This simple act shifts your body from hustle mode to rest and digest, helping you absorb nutrients better. Then chew each bite thoroughly. 20 times is a good goal. It might feel silly at first, but chewing breaks down food into smaller particles, making it easier for your stomach to process. Plus, chewing longer gives your brain time to register when you're full, so you're less likely to overeat. Another trick? Use smaller plates and utensils. This isn't about portion control, it's about creating the illusion of abundance. A heaping plate of veggies feels more satisfying than a tiny serving of broccoli. And don't rush through meals. Set a timer for 20 minutes and aim to finish your food by then. You'll be amazed how much more enjoyment you get from your meal when you're not scarfing it down. One of my viewers, George, shared how switching to a rainbow plate changed his habits. He started filling half his plate with colorful veggies, spinach, carrots, bell peppers, and noticed his energy levels soared. He even joked that, all right, moving on to our 5th daily win, social connection. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I'm not a social butterfly, and that's okay. And you're absolutely right. Being social doesn't mean hosting dinner parties or joining clubs, unless you want to. It's about nurturing relationships that bring you joy and a sense of belonging. Here's why it matters. Studies show that loneliness and isolation can be as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Seriously, feeling disconnected weakens the immune system, increases inflammation, and even raises the risk of heart disease. But the flip side is powerful. Even small, regular interactions can boost your mood and keep your brain sharp. So what's the fix? Start with what feels doable. If you're not up for big gatherings, try a weekly phone call with a friend or neighbor. Share a laugh, swap stories, or even watch a TV show together by coordinating airtimes. If you're tech-savvy, video calls are a game-changer. They let you see facial expressions and body language, which makes conversations feel more intimate. For those who love animals, volunteering at a shelter or walking dogs for a local rescue group can be a great way to connect with pets and people alike. Or join a low-key hobby group, like a book club or gardening society. The key is to find something that sparks joy without feeling forced. My neighbor, Ruth, used to spend most days alone after her husband passed. One day, she started baking cookies and delivering them to neighbors with a handwritten note. Now, she's got a whole network of folks checking in on her, and she swears her blood pressure has dropped. It's proof that giving a little love often brings it right back. All right, let's tackle a topic that's close to many of our hearts: medication management. If you're like most folks over 75, you're probably juggling a handful of prescriptions. And while these meds are often lifesavers, taking them incorrectly can lead to serious problems, like dangerous interactions, missed doses, or even hospital visits. Here's the thing: managing medications doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start by organizing your pills. Use a pill box with compartments for each day and time of day. If remembering feels tricky, set alarms on your phone or watch. Pro tip: pair reminders with routines you already do, like brushing your teeth or having breakfast. But organization is only half the battle. You also need to understand why you're taking each medication and what side effects to watch for. That's where regular check-ins with your pharmacist or doctor come in. Don't be shy. Ask questions. For example, could this new pill interact with my existing medications? Should I take it with food? What should I do if I miss a dose? One of my favorite strategies is the brown bag review. Grab all your meds, prescriptions, supplements, and over-the-counter stuff, and bring them to your next appointment. Your doctor can spot duplicates, expired meds, or combinations that might be causing issues. And here's a lesser-known tip: keep a written log of how you feel after starting a new medication. Did your energy dip? Is your digestion off? Sharing these details with your doctor can help fine-tune your regimen. All right, friend, so far we've covered 5 daily wins: hydration, movement, sleep, mindful eating, social connection, and medication management. These habits might seem small on their own, but together, they're like a shield against the things that could land you in the hospital. And guess what? We're not done yet. Next, we'll dive into a daily win that's all about staying sharp mentally. And no, it doesn't involve doing Sudoku puzzles unless you love them. So if you're ready to give your brain a boost, keep watching. All right, let's keep this conversation going. We've already covered so much ground: staying hydrated, moving your body, sleeping well, nourishing yourself, staying connected, and managing medications. Now, let's dive into the next daily win that might just surprise you: mental engagement. I know, you've heard the advice to do puzzles or learn a new language, but here's the thing: keeping your brain active isn't about hitting the books or stressing over crosswords. It's about sparking curiosity and joy in everyday moments. Think about it. When was the last time you learned something that made you smile? Maybe it was discovering a new trick for gardening, mastering a recipe, or even figuring out how to video call the grandkids. These little wins light up your brain in ways that keep your mind sharp and resilient. One study even found that seniors who engaged in mentally stimulating activities had a lower risk of cognitive decline. So, how do you make this work for you? Start small. If you love stories, try audiobooks or podcasts, true crime, history, or even comedy. If you're crafty, pick up knitting, painting, or building something with your hands. Crosswords or Sudoku are great if you enjoy them, but don't feel pressured. The key is to mix it up and challenge yourself just enough to stay curious. My friend Joan started taking online classes in photography at 78. Now she's snapping pictures of her garden and hosting mini art shows for neighbors. She jokes that her brain feels like it's 20 years younger, and honestly, she might be onto something. Now let's talk about a daily win that could quite literally keep you on your feet: balance and strength training. I know. When you hear strength training, you might picture someone lifting heavy weights at the gym. But I'm here to tell you, it's not about bulking up. It's about building resilience so you can keep doing the things you love without worrying about falls or injuries. Here's the truth: as we age, muscle mass naturally declines, which can affect balance and make everyday tasks harder. But here's the good news: you don't need fancy equipment or a gym membership to fight back. Start with simple seated resistance exercises using light weights or even soup cans. Try leg lifts while watching TV or standing on one foot while brushing your teeth. Over time, these tiny efforts add up, building the strength you need to climb stairs, carry groceries, or play with the grandkids without a second thought. And don't forget about balance-specific moves like Tai Chi or heel-to-toe walks. Tai Chi in particular is a game changer. It combines gentle movements with deep breathing, improving both stability and calm. One of my viewers, Henry, shared how practicing Tai Chi for just 15 minutes a day helped him regain confidence after a minor fall. He said he felt lighter, steadier, and ready to take on the world again. That's the power of showing up for your body day after day. All right, let's shift gears to something that often flies under the radar: preventive health care. Now, I know going to the doctor isn't everyone's idea of a good time, but here's the thing. Catching potential issues early, before they become big problems, is one of the best ways to stay out of the hospital. And it starts with showing up for those routine checkups, screenings, and vaccinations. Let's break it down. Annual physicals help track changes in your blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood sugar levels, subtle shifts that could signal bigger concerns down the line. Screenings like mammograms, colonoscopies, or bone density tests might feel inconvenient, but they're lifesavers. Vaccines matter too. Flu shots, pneumonia vaccines, and the shingles shot are all critical for protecting your health as you age. But preventive care isn't just about showing up. It's about speaking up. Keep a list of questions or concerns to bring to your appointments. For example, I've been feeling more tired lately. Is that normal? Could this new ache in my knee be something serious? Are there any lifestyle changes I should consider based on my family history? And don't forget to share updates about your medications, supplements, or even your sleep habits. The more your doctor knows, the better they can support you. My neighbor Martha used to skip her checkups because she didn't want to bother anyone. Last year, she finally went in for a routine blood test and caught an early thyroid issue. Now she's on a simple treatment plan and feels like her old self again. Her words to me: "I wish I hadn't waited so long." All right, friend, let's wrap this up with one final daily win: stress management. Now, I'm not saying you can or should avoid stress entirely. Life happens. But what you can do is build tools to navigate it with grace, so it doesn't wear your body down over time. Stress isn't just a mental burden, it's a physical one. Chronic stress weakens your immune system, raises blood pressure, and even disrupts sleep. But here's the secret. Managing stress doesn't require hours of meditation or drastic life changes. It's about finding small, daily rituals that help you reset. Start with your breath. When tension creeps in, pause and take 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 4, and exhale through your mouth for 6. This simple act signals to your body that you're safe, calming your nervous system in minutes. What else works? Gratitude journaling. As simple as jotting down 3 things you're thankful for each day. Or try a worry window. Set aside 10 minutes to write down your concerns. Then close the notebook and remind yourself you'll tackle them tomorrow. Gentle movement helps too. Yoga, walking, or even dancing to your favorite song. One of my favorite strategies? The joy break. Carve out 10 to 15 minutes daily to do something that makes for a heart smile. A hobby, a phone call with a friend, or even just sitting in the sun with a cup of tea. My uncle swears by his daily crossword puzzle and a cup of coffee on the porch. He calls it his reset ritual, and it keeps him grounded no matter what life throws his way. All right, let's take a moment to reflect. Over these past few conversations, we've covered 9 daily wins that can help you stay strong, steady, and out of the hospital this year. Staying hydrated, moving your body regularly, prioritizing sleep, eating mindfully, nurturing social connections, managing medications wisely, keeping your brain engaged, building balance and strength, practicing preventive healthcare and stress management. These habits aren't about perfection, they're about progress. Pick 1 or 2 that resonate with you and let them become part of your rhythm. Over time, they'll stack up, creating a safety net that keeps you thriving. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. I'd love to hear how you're making these daily wins work in your life. Drop a comment below and share your story. Maybe you found a creative way to stay active or a favorite recipe that brings joy to your table. Let's build a community where we inspire and support each other. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Together we'll keep exploring simple, powerful ways to live your best life at any age. Here's to you. Here's to feeling strong, vibrant, and fully alive. Because age isn't a limit. It's a celebration of all you've learned, all you've overcome, and all the good days still ahead. You've got this.